guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we move to the makeup portion, we always begin with skin prep. And no, I did not coordinate to match my headband with my shirt. My skin has been properly cleansed, however I do like to take some micellar water with a cotton round just to go over the face one more time to get leftover dirt. As you can see, it's not too dirty, which is a good sign. But I do like to flip over the cotton round and just kind of wipe around the lash line. Sometimes when I do wear false lashes, there's extra adhesive stuck in there. So this is a good way to get that extra cleansed. As you can see, my under eyes are red only because I've been using the Grande Lash Serum along with the Brow Serum. I'm not sure if you guys can tell the difference or not, but when I do wear mascara, I do see a little bit. It's only been about a month and a half, but I'm still going to continue using it just because I like the results, just not the red skin. But I promise it does not hurt. But moving on to treating the under eyes, I'm going to use these Peter Thomas Roth cucumber aloe kind of situation to kind of hydrate under the eyes. For a daily moisturizer, I've been loving this Bioderm moisturizer. It's a gel base. It actually is a good daytime type of moisturizer, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. It's just a perfect good amount of hydration where I'm not feeling so oily or dry. Speaking of dry skin, especially during the winter, I've been loving this lip mask. It's a lip mask, but I wear it as a lip balm just because it's so bomb. It's a very thick consistency. I love how it's a little twist up applicator and you just get what you need. So you don't dip your fingers in jars. And continuing on with the hydration, I love using this baby lotion. I believe there's avocado oil, and this is a great hand moisturizer cream for my arms too. While we wait for everything to marinate into the skin, I bought a new beauty tool. This is by Beauty Bio. It's basically a vacuum with water and it sucks up all the dirt from your face. One side has clean water and you'll see the other side that has the dirt, and this is just a sticker, but maybe I'll feature this in a next video. So with that said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Finally, we're moving on to makeup. I'm just gonna brush them brows and just check to see if my hairs were actually growing. Nope. But I do use a number of brow products, so I'm just gonna show you here. I'm just going to fill in my brows like I normally do. I don't like to fill them too thick just because I do a lot of reshaping with concealer, but I do like to cover just the base shape of the brows. This is actually a really different color that I normally use. It looks kind of orange on film, but it is a lighter brown. I just feel like because I will be using a darker brow powder, I just don't want them too dark. You'll see in the next few clips. Fun fact, I do like to work with my brows first when I'm applying makeup, just because the brows are like everything to anyone's face. It just sets the mood. There's days I want my brows to be super archy, super low, straight, I mean thin, thick. It's just makeup and you can wipe it off at the end of the day. If you guys have been watching my videos for all these years, you guys know I love using very thick brow pencils just because I'm comfortable with them. However, I started using thinner brow pencils again just to help with little patches and little fillers to really define the brows. Now moving on to brow powder, just using a dark brown and a blonde, a combination of both just to fill in my brows. Literally done with stage 1 of the brows. Let's show you what concealers I use without hitting my face. I begin with a lighter concealer and I place this under the arch of my brows. This gives a more clean, bright, and sharp type of look for my brows. Then I take a concealer closer in my skin tone and I apply this on the top. This is where I like to shape and, kind of erase where is needed without making the top of my eyebrows looking too bright and white colored. Honestly, this is probably the most time-consuming part of my makeup application, only because I love my brows to look perfect and most symmetrical as possible. I know they say that your brows should be sisters and not twins. However, if you grew up not having symmetrical brows or, just something you don't like about it, then you know what I'm talking about. The final stage in eyebrows. I've been using this Benefit brow fluff kind of situation thing. There's actually little fiber pieces in the spoolie, so it actually fills in between the brow hairs that you may or may not have. But it makes it a little bit fuller, and it's nice because it's nicely groomed in one direction, so it actually looks really clean. It tucks in all my little long hairs because I have not been maintaining them, guys. Yep. And now let's do the final brow test, the 3 lines. Honestly, guys, I sometimes have makeup blocks, and sometimes I can get my brows on point, and sometimes they are very crappy looking. So let's move on to priming the eyes for eyeshadow. So this morning when I woke up, I decided I wanted to sit in front of the camera and film a look for you guys. This year, I totally failed. I probably only uploaded 2 or 3 at the most. I know. Only because I took an esthetician's program this year, so my time was very limited. However, I completed the course, I graduated, and I am now officially a licensed esthetician, guys. So your girl is back because she got some time. And with that said, I lost my training of thought, but I knew I wanted to sit in front of the camera to film a look, so I was unsure of what kind of colors I wanted to use today. But I took out my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmo palette, which is one of my newest palettes that I bought. Again, I bought a whole bunch of stuff this year, but did I use it? No. And this is why we are filming today. So just to begin with the light wash, hopefully this takes me into a direction of what I want to create today. I love using this color because I can use this for a crease color to define what I want to use. I also like to bring the shadow into the center of my nose a little bit to do a slight contouring. Taking a clean brush, and I'm just blending the same color. I want a really soft transition to my upper brow bones, and I kind of like press it into my eyes. Now I'm going to take a purpley color and just kind of work on the outer corners. Looks like we're going to go for a smoky eye today. I like to use a very deep eggplant type of purple for my smoky eyes. I feel like that complements my skin color a lot. Don't really use black unless if I'm filming a Halloween look or some kind of special effects looks, but normally a deep purple or eggplant is a good smoky color for my complexion. Now taking my very fragile type of palette to show you the next color I'm going to use. This is Mulberry by Lorac. And I'm going to take that same brush and work this into the crease. This brush is typically meant for creams and liquids. However, I love the shape of this because it's pretty tapered. As you can see, I'm working in the crease and it's basically just setting into my eye socket area. So it gives me a lot of control so that way it doesn't go too far up or on the bottom of my lids. This next brush is super clutch. I love the shape of it, how thin it is. I like to use this for my lid shadows. Basically, it fits perfectly in that shape that I just created. I like to pat the colors in. It has a lot of control. I can flip the brush over to get really close to my lash line. And who am I kidding here, guys? I can't see that far, so I had to bring the mirror close up. I always like to load my shadow in stages, therefore I can see which area needs more focus, but it's always easier to add on than remove, so the key is to slowly pack on where is needed. And this is where I like to do my fine detailing with the brush and lifting it over, so that way you don't see any skin peeking through, especially with a smoky eye look. And at some point, we're gonna look like a total hot mess on the eyes, but that's okay. You always wanna trust the process, guys. This is where the blending brush comes into play. We're just going to blend out the harsh edges and just making sure that we don't go too far up in the crease. Otherwise, it's gonna get really muddy looking and a bit messy. As I'm just using the remainder shadows on the brush, I'm just going to slowly blend it into the upper part of the crease, but not too far into the brow bone. Because I'll be using more of a nude color, and you'll see I'll just press this right under my brow bones, and again, just diffusing that little centerpiece so there's no harsh lines. This is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just going to curl my lashes and get them ready for mascara. I've been loving this mascara, not only because it has a big wand, the formula is not too wet or dry, it's just right in the middle, but it really does coat and lengthen my lashes a lot. You guys can be the judge. I don't know if you can tell, but there's something there. So I'm going to use these new pair of lashes. Ardell Demi Wispies are my favorite, guys, but I found these in the wine color, and I thought it would pair perfectly with this plummy smoky eye. You may not be able to tell the color on my eyes, but definitely in the light you can see it has a beautiful purple tint. So I'm going to be using a eye primer. This is by Elie. I love this because there's a metal tip, so it actually helps with depuffing if I were to have any, but it's nice and I like to use this to smooth out the skin before actually putting on my concealer. Today I'm going to be using the One Size by Patrick Starr. These are the two colors that I have. Can you see the big difference between them? Yes, that used to be my summer color. So obviously we're going to use the lighter one, and this is going to be a bit too light, but it will work. Yeah, we're gonna need to tone this down a bit. So I'm gonna use my House Labs. This is by Lady Gaga. Love her products so much. This is gonna be just enough for me to blend everything together and just kind of diffuse that brightness of the concealer, which is in the center part of the face. Guys, this is another new product that I've been loving. This is by Rare Beauty. It's a cream contour stick. It is so creamy, it glides nicely. So I'm just going to mark the places that I want to basically minimize, which is, yes, under that chin. Not too much on the forehead, but just a little bit on the nose. I also don't want to look too dirty, so here we go. Now that I have the complexion nice and even, I can tell the center of my nose needs a little cleaning up to do. So a little trick I like to do is add a dot of concealer, and I'll take my sponge and just let that go straight down in the center, but not too far down to the tip of the nose. Sorry, my battery died. I wasn't sure if you guys caught that, but basically I just explained what I did. And I'll just take whatever's left over and just clean the center of the nose. And this is the beauty, get it? Beauty of a beauty sponge, because it literally just helps erase and just kind of minimizes things that you don't want to have appeared. Finish up this smoky eye look, I'm gonna take the same shadows I use in the crease to the bottom lower lash line. This way it doesn't look too top heavy with my eyes. I don't know why, but I decided to demo all 4 of the brushes to show you that you can use them to line your under eyes. Again, sizes and shape may vary depending on each individual. Some people have more space under there or less, or just want more controlled. So I don't know, I'm just here just showing all 4 for some reason. And I'm going to take the same mascara and just make sure I don't poke my eyeballs out because it's such a big old wand. But I am going to make sure I keep my eyes open for the next few minutes to make sure that they completely dry. Just using the remainder shadows on this brush, I'm going to go back to the eyes and just softly diffuse and even it out. Next, I'm going to use my broke ass highlighter with this pencil brush and highlight the inner parts of my eyes and my cupid's bow. To add more glow to my complexion, I'm going to use the Kosas Baked Bronzer. I actually have the face powder that I really like. This is also a talc-free product, which is a big plus. So I did not look in the mirror as I was applying this on, thinking it was going to be a little bit on the lighter side, and I looked in the viewfinder and I freaked out. Like, this is way too much. So good thing I took my sponge and just kind of blended it out. But it also gave me a bronzy type of look as a blush. Going back to the first highlighter, we're going to use this right at the cheekbones. We're going to apply this under the brows and the tip of my nose, and that is it. Going back to the eyes, I need to tightline my upper lash line. The lower lash line is definitely optional. The top I do recommend only because when you have a smoky eye or wearing a pigmented eye look, especially wearing false lashes, you do want to make sure there's no eyelid or skin peeking through. Therefore, tightlining your upper waterline is very important, and it also completes the look. I decided to not use black because it's a bit harsh, therefore I'm using a very dark espresso brown. I have a bunch of these Makeup by Mario lip glows, but I bought this little holiday set. They're 2 little miniature ones. I think it's called the Bronze Glow, but it looks like it has like glitter chunks in it. I'm not too sure if it's just me, but I see something, so I hope it's not going to be glittery lips. But let's go ahead and try this on because I do love their formulations. They don't twist down, so be careful, guys. Just use what's needed. And I love this color so much! Actually like this color a lot, and I can't wait to use this more this winter, but I also can't wait to try the nude one. So this is the completed look, guys. We need to figure out something with the hair. Should we have it down? Should we have it up? We need to comb it because it's all wild. Maybe we should try something festive because it's winter. All right, let's try something. Hair clip. I feel like I'm 10 years old. What do you guys think? It's cute? No? Yeah, let's just go ahead and take this off. I don't like it. Surprise, surprise, I decided just to leave my hair down, nothing special. I am just gonna be staying at home, to be honest. I just wanted to film a look for you guys. But do stay tuned because I may have a few more before the end of the year and a lot more to come in the following year. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!